Tom Aspinall and Jon Jones, the elephant in the room, let's talk about it. We gotta stop. We gotta stop doing this thing where a fighter looks really good, and then the next thing that we do is we say that they could beat the greatest of all time. Now, regardless of the controversy surrounding Jon Jones,
it's not just that, it's the fact that Jon is not a natural heavyweight, and he has one fight in the heavyweight division.
But this is my thing. If Sergei had won, we would be saying, oh man, Sergei is the one to beat Jon Jones. But Sergei just happened to get knocked out, which was going to happen eventually.
But this fight was going to show who was that top guy, though. Because they both were killers. They both was on win streak.
Neither one of them was supposed to be fighting for the title in the first place, which both of them definitely deserve.
Jon Jones wasn't supposed to be fighting for the title. What you mean?
Now, both of them was going to fight for the title. Don't get me wrong. I'm not hating on Sergei or Tom Aspinall. We've been impressed with these guys. But the point is, it's just in general. For instance, Bo Nickel looked impressive against certain people in the UFC. Oh, he could beat Izzy. He could beat this person. He can't even beat Jared Cannonier. Let's just be honest here. But it's a little bit different because Tom Aspinall pretty much can beat everybody else.
He's like an upcoming Jon Jones.
Yeah.
He's like a younger version of Jon Jones.
Not quite, man, because Jon Jones had already made history at this point. So Jon Jones already in a different category. He's in rarefied air.
But you also gotta understand, Tom went years without even having fights.
Well, it's counted against you.
No, well, people didn't want to fight him. He's not a normal guy,
and people were signing up to fight Jon Jones.
This point in their careers, you get what I'm saying?
Nobody wanted to fight Jon Jones. At this point in their career, Jon Jones was the champion. He had already defended the belt. That's what I'm saying. Tom Aspinall is doing fantastic. He's doing absolutely wonderful. Make no mistake about it. This is not a Tom Aspinall hating video. Well, I'm just talking about
how Jon gonna beat Tom.
He gonna win the fourth.
It seems like
he gonna win the fourth or fifth round like he always do.
After he got submitted in the first round, he still gonna win the fourth and the fifth.
He gonna win the fourth and fifth round. He gonna win the championship rounds, and he gonna win the split decision. But no, I'm being serious though. The reality is, we love taking a great performance or a great series of performances and saying, oh, now this person can beat this great person. And it's like, okay, we keep doing this, man.
This fight got Anderson Silva and Chris Weidman fight written all over it.
A little bit, I'm not gonna lie. But the difference is, Anderson Silva didn't have nobody he could look at and say, I don't want to get Anderson Silva. Jon Jones can look at Anderson Silva and say, yeah, I don't want that to happen to me. I don't care how I gotta fight. I'm not gonna let that happen to me.
So who's the real champion right now? Don't check when people ask that question. That was a rhetorical question, man. The interim champion, man.
But I'm gonna be honest. Now I want to say this: Jon Jones came up from light heavyweight and got the belt. Was it vacant? It was vacant because Francis left and Cyril Gane was fighting Jon Jones. But the reality is, Jon Jones kind of is getting his way because he was about to retire. That's what the rumor was. He was gonna fight Cyril Gane. If he won, he was gonna fight Stipe, and then however that played out,
that's not part of his plan.
This wasn't part of the plan. Sergei and Tom Aspinall was not part of the game plan at all. But Tom Aspinall, I think Tom is a real champion because Tom was gonna fight for the belt anyway, and Jon Jones.
I disagree with that.
Jon Jones just up there because Jon Jones getting his way because he deserves it. He do deserve it.
I disagree with that 100%. You gotta understand. You got Stipe. You got Francis Ngannou.
First of all, Stipe walked into the arena for UFC 295. Come on, man. Did you see that?
Yeah, he was hobbling, man.
Come on, bro. So first of all, let's not pretend like Jon wasn't gonna mop the floor with Stipe that night. Let's just call it what it is.
The reason why, like even with Tom, yes, he's earning my respect now, but I'm saying until you beat the Stipes and the Francis,
he just beat Sergei.
No, but I'm saying he ain't a champion. Sergei was never a champion.
There was fight for a vacant belt.
No, but I'm saying a lot of guys, like even Cyril Gane never was champion. I would put Cyril Gane in that category to where, yeah, he's elite, but he never was a champion. Cyril Gane is not in the same category as Jon Jones. He's not in the same category as Stipe. You get what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Tom, even if he didn't fight Jon, he was gonna have to fight Stipe. Was he gonna beat Stipe?
Yes.
We don't know.
Look at how Stipe came hobbling out to the ring that night, man.
No, I'm not talking about that night. I'm just saying, obviously not now.
Let's say if Jon Jones got injured and Stipe was not pulled from the fight because the UFC pulled him from the fight.
And he was healthy. I'm saying if Stipe was healthy and Tom...
Well, but I'm saying, if the UFC didn't pull him and they say, okay, Tom Aspinall, you're gonna fight, or Sergei, either one of those guys would have destroyed Stipe that night.
A healthy Stipe?
He wasn't healthy at all, apparently.
You don't get what I'm saying. I'm not talking about that version of Stipe. Look, what I'm saying is...
But that's the only version that might be left at this point. That's what I'm saying. He ain't fought in a while. I know there's been some personal things going on, which obviously, you know, get your personal stuff together and stuff. And if you feel like fighting, cool. But man, I hate to say it, bro, but a lot of time has gone by. And we might be in the territory here where, remember how Kane was really good, but then the time just went by?
The thing is with Stipe, and no disrespect, but the thing is, how great of a champion can you be when you're training part-time? It was always the question of that, bro. Like, if he was just a fighter and trained full-time, he could have went so much further. But my point was, I just think that even if Jon was a champion, obviously, like, Stipe is injured now. I was just saying prior to the Sergei fight, you know what I mean? I was saying that was my question with Tom. Can he beat the next caliber, the next wave of guys like the Stipe? I know Francis is not in the UFC.
Yeah, Stipe.
But that next caliber, like we talking about the all-time great.
The time done passed them dudes up, bro. Stipe, I think it might have passed him up, man. That's what we needed the Jon Jones fight. And who else is left? Who else is up there for him to fight? Cyril Gane in that category himself as being elite as far as all time. Sergei, well, that was his opportunity. Stipe, dude, Curtis injured. Volka, come on, man, it's over.
I think Tom is in the same category with Cyril Gane, man. If I'm gonna just be honest, it's not no disrespect or nothing. It's one thing to beat Sergei, man.
But then even if they beat Jon Jones, they beat a ballooned up light heavyweight.
See, I ain't saying all that now, bro. I ain't no excuses. You beat Jon, you beat Jon. I ain't saying all that, bro. I was just saying.
But stylistically, boy, that is a tough fight for Jon. I'm not even gonna hold you because of Dominic Reyes.
Did you hear what you said? If he beats Jon Jones, he beats a balloon light heavyweight. You mean to tell me, dude, that's the narrative people gonna have if he beat Jon Jones?
That's what the narrative. That's the narrative. It always is. It depends on the person's perspective. But I'm saying that right now the division, so
I bet Jon gonna be oblique kick him, kick his knees, ankles, toes.
Oh, you know you're gonna eye poke him.
I'm surprised it's not on the UFC game as one of his signature moves.
But I'm gonna tell you this right now, because you talking, man, you got Jelton coming on up there.
I think Jelton is like a year away, man. Is he?
Nah, he
might
just
beat his last fight.
He beat Derek Lewis on short notice. You know what that means? They gonna give him Volkov.
They answer nothing, man. You need him versus Curtis Blades.
Yeah.
Once again, the Curtis fight didn't happen. What does that sound like?
The Tom Aspinall fight. A year from now, will Curtis Blades be champion? Because that's what happened with Tom Aspinall. He was injured, and then honestly, a year later he was champion.
I think Curtis, he favors good against Cyril Gane and Tom Aspinall.
You know what?
I don't think he favors good against Jon Jones.
But he does favor good against Tom Aspinall.
But he favors good the guy that Jon Jones got injured fighting. You saw that video clip? It looked like Curtis Blades he was training with that he got injured against. I was like, hold on,
Maurice Green? Is that who that was?
I don't know. The guy looked just like Curtis Blades. I was like, did Curtis injure the greatest of all time?
Nah, he wouldn't.
Nah.
Stylistically, he's just a different version of Daniel Cormier to Jon Jones.
But Tom, man, I think that's a dangerous.
But he
fight
is a nightmare. He is a nightmare fight because he got real fast hands. He real big. He's a finisher.
Jon can't take him down.
Do you want to take him down?
But that might be Jon Jones' route. That might be his path to victory, though, man. Because just because you got submissions don't mean you're
good off your back. Because we've seen the Michael Chiesas and these guys. Yeah. As long as they're on the offense, their jiu-jitsu and ground game is amazing. Man, the moment they're on their back.
Kane and Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar was on his back. Like a turtle on his back. It's like, bro, who would have thought that? We see these guys that be wrestlers, bro, but on their back, they just don't look as good. So, I mean, I think there might be a path.
Man, you know what Tom Aspinall remind me of? I mean, kind of look like him too. He kind of remind me of like a upgraded version of Frank Mir. Kinda. You know, he was injured with the motorcycle thing.
Yeah.
But Tom Aspinall kind of reminds me of that version of Frank Mir that we would love to have showed up a little bit more, which we know it was health reasons. Frank Mir would show up in one fight.
I would give him Frank Mir, but I would say he's just a little bit more athletic.
Even his body type, he literally kind of looks like Frank Mir.
He kind of like Frank Mir if Frank was more of a freak of an athlete, you know, because Frank is an athlete.
But there were times where Frank showed up, man, and then you would be like, okay, if this Frank shows up, and then he wouldn't, and then he wouldn't for 2 or 3 fights, and then he would.
I think maybe when it comes to the speed and confidence, I would give that to Tom.
That's why I say he's an upgraded
ground game. I don't think Tom is submitting nobody in top 5.
Not off his back. There's difference. You don't think Tom's submitting?
I don't think
Cyril Gane?
No, I don't think so. I think
you don't think Tom submitting Stipe Miocic?
Francis didn't have to submit Cyril Gane. You know, he still was able to take him down. Stipe,
but the difference is if Tom gets you to the ground, that's I think
his ground game a little bit overrated, to be honest.
All his first few UFC fights combined to be 5 or 6 minutes long.
No, he's good. I'm saying we've seen fighters they have the ground games, but then when they fight people on the next level, when do we see people in the top 5?
But you just said Cyril Gane is not elite either. He in the same category as Tom Aspinall.
I think Tom will beat him, but I don't think it'll be by submission though. I think he'll just outclass him, out grapple him, and mix it up on him a little bit.
I don't know how long you can be on the ground with Tom and not get submitted though. Especially over the course of 25 minutes, man. That's real tough for me to accept. I mean, the only way I see Cyril Gane winning that fight is if he just absolutely is not on the ground at all, or if he get taken down to get up fast some kind of way and just really pours it on. He like to play around a little bit too much.
Even in Tom's fight against Sergei,
and that'll create opportunity for Tom to knock him out.
Even in his fight against Sergei, the video we made, I said the thing is Tom still has the power and he can catch Sergei. Because I think Sergei still got better striking, man. Well, I guess not no more. I guess not no more, man.
No.
Well, he's still asleep. That's what they said.
Hey, somebody wake him up. But the thing is, I think that this version of Tom, I don't think he would try to attempt to take these guys down, man. But the thing is, there's always questions about that. You know, I could be wrong. He could prove me wrong like he normally do.
Well, he's been doing it for the last year, so I mean.
Yeah, I know.